Hydrated, getting ready to take down his trash-talking opponent.
What are you talking about?
You didn't see?
No.
Check it out.
Are you kidding me with this? That's interesting coming from that dude.
Man, you want the smoke? Gotta shut this dude up, MP.
Dang, Xander. It seems like he struck more of a nerve with you than me. Look, we win tonight, and this all becomes yesterday's news.
That's true. Or you drop your season high on him. It sticks to him forever.
I wish I got him to play against you back in the day, man. You got pride.
You got next. Give him what he got coming to him, MP.
All right, man. I mean, you gonna get this dude embarrassed tonight, but hey, if you want the problems, I'll give them to him.
Ain't ready, MP.
Radio it in.
Hey, this is Tunnel Sky. And we about to tear the roof off.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. We bring you a regular season game with You look at the Bulls. They've split their first two games in the NBA Cup. They have a 1-1 record in the group stage.
And with this being the third game of 4 in the group stage, they have to get a win tonight. So I expect this home crowd to be rowdy.
And then the situation for the Heat. After splitting the first two games of the NBA Cup, they come into this one seeking a much-needed win on the road.
Yeah, and it won't be easy, but I think they're up for the challenge. They know they have to bring their A game here tonight.
Well, tonight is a huge game. These are two of the best in the league, and MP has total focus on one thing, helping his team come up with a statement win.
Look, you got to give MP props with the way he's gone about these matchups. He made his goals public, which put a target on his back and fueled the opposition. But MP has met the challenge with fire so far, and he's undefeated in those matchups.
And the starting lineup for Miami, they've got Andrew Wiggins. Davion Mitchell is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Powell in at the 3. And the shot goes.
Wow, he is a taller player who can really move. Once Adebayo starts downhill, there is no stopping him.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, thanks. The Heat knew they needed to add more shot creation, and this summer, they went out and got just that, acquiring Norman Powell, coming off an all-star caliber season with the Clippers, and doing so without giving up much draft capital in return, or even a starter. That has to be considered a home run for the Heat.
A great addition. Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams. Here's Powell. The Bulls making their last shot. And Adebayo slams it in.
Oh, my goodness. 2 loud points for Bam.
Pass to Holland. the inside. And it's Buzelis that time on the assist by MP.
Well, it's early, but I love their offensive game plan to this point.
Powell outside. Now here's Hero. The three. Gets the three ball to go.
Well, Hero does not lack confidence shooting the basketball, particularly from deep.
MP outside. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. He gets it in there.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Hero outside. Adebayo is screen on Sexton. And finish. Off by Adebayo.
What a confident dunk by Adebayo. He knows there's little the defense can do once he's elevated.
Jones, the pass to MP. There's a minute 59 left to play in the first. And there's another one for Chicago. And what an incredible achievement from MP recently. Grant, he turned in one of the most efficient games you will ever see.
Well, you talk about what it means to dominate. MP was the definition of that with his performance. Now, everything fell for him, and it looked like he was a man amongst boys.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Ware's checked in for Miami. Larson comes in for Mitchell. Here's a look at the current NBA Cup standings for you, right in the middle of group play.
Yeah, and at this juncture, you can't win the NBA Cup. Well, you can certainly lose it. Lots of teams are close to being eliminated. This is just such a fun competition.
Now here's Ware. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. Powell for three. Holland with a rebound. Bulls leading by 4. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Bam Adebayo is now the Heat's all-time leader in double-doubles. Bam said, I want to be number 1 in some, if not all of these categories. I just have to keep improving and keep chipping away. And then it's just focusing on getting these wins. Back to you.
Good priorities. Thank you very much for the report, Allie. And so MP will bring it up for the Bulls. This, their first chance to take a look at the Heat this season.
Winning the season series last year in a battle of middle-of-the-pack teams.
Wow, MP just explodes off the floor. What an athlete.
Now here's Hero. Looking at his stats, he's getting just over 23 points a game. Miami moving it around. Ware the screen. Wiggins for 3. Sends it home from three-point land.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Here's MP. 6 points for him. Knocks it down from distance.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll hit, and they want a second opinion on that call. The signal for the coach's challenge has been made.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed.
The previous play is under review.
It's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Hits a three-pointer.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Bulls leading by 5. Holland for 3. Now pulls it in. Hero looking around. 4 seconds left. And he sinks the layup. Hero's got 5 points.
Both teams are hot. Woo! This is a fun one to watch.
Yeah, both ways. We're seeing a nice rhythm offensively. Now let's see which team can come up with some stops.
And so it's MP making things happen for the Bulls. Between his scoring and rebounding, an excellent period. Back to the game after this break. And if you're just joining us, it's been the group getting ready for Chicago. MP's checked in for Collins. Okoro comes in for Miller. Colin Sexton's checked in for Simons. And it's Tre Jones in for Giddey. Holland for three. Oh, MP buries the triple.
And ring another one up. MP not messing around from deep.
Heat trail by 5. They've got Tre Jones. Isaac Okoro is out there with Smith. Then there's Colin Sexton. And it's Holland in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost.
Throw it down on the lob.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. Jones, the pass to MP. From downtown, another 3 for Chicago.
They continue to feed the hot hand, and this kid is putting in work.
To the wing on the left. Pass to Ware. Back to Powell. 5 on the clock. From the arc. And it's Chicago with a board. They're coming off that loss against Portland.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Well, that's the big challenge. Teams tend to feel more comfortable at home for sure, so you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. That just didn't happen in this one.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
Adebayo sets a screen, launches it. Jones grabs the board.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now. That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
And it results in the highest percentage look you're going to get.
Now here's Powell. 15 in his last outing. Pass to Mitchell. Over Jones. Again, the Heat score.
And no matter who it is, you can't give anyone that much room from mid-range.
To the middle. Kicks it out to MP. There's the 3. Larson with a rebound.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Miami moving it around. Pass to Adebayo. Adebayo brushes off the contact inside.
And Adebayo will not shy away from the physicality in this game. He actually welcomes the contact on his way to the rim.
Holland gets the bucket.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
That is just beautiful ball movement, unselfish basketball.
Wow, it's good.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
And he can't get that one. And so it's Chicago with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Welcome, everybody. The story tonight has been a solid showing through the first half for the Chicago Bulls.
I like what they're doing. Playing with physicality, they've worked hard to gain the edge in areas like rebounding.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game.
And now let's take a look at our power rankings. and see who's ahead in the early going.
Well, right now for Chicago.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
Well, he's found his rhythm out there for sure. Now let's see how the defense adjusts to him in this half.
There are some big-time players in this league, but who do you think the most clutch players have been over the past decade, Legs?
When you look at these resumes, I think you go with the big three, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. But of course, Giannis dropping 50 in a finals performance wasn't bad either.
And I'll throw in the Joker in there as well.
Love it.
Setting the floor for the Heat, Andrew Wiggins is out there with Powell. Then it's Bam Adebayo, then it's Davion Mitchell, and it's Hero in at the 2. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Bam Adebayo is big time. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, quote, "The way he's worked over the years to add to his game has been incredible. He's one of the best passers on the team, and he's not afraid to take the shot in a big moment. He cares deeply about improving, and you see it in the results of his work." Guys, back to you.
High praise. Allie, thank you. Now here's MP. 21 points in the game. Left side Jones. Shoots. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. And now a 10-point Chicago lead. To the paint. MP with the block.
Oh, that is a big-time block. MP saying no, no.
Chicago leading by 10. And the 2025 postseason showing how far the Heat have to go, Legs.
That was a 4-game sweep at the hands of the Cavs by a record combined margin of 122 points. Then again, over the regular season, Cleveland did win 27 more games, so the outcome wasn't entirely surprising.
And here are the Heat now. Chicago making their last shot. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. That'll put Norman Powell on the free throw line. It's going to be on Isaac Okoro. Miami shooting their 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And we've heard some coaches complain about short turnarounds on back-to-backs, Legs. Would you like to see more done there?
Well, for those late starts when you arrive at the hotel at 2 or 3 in the morning and you've got to play the next night, those are certainly rough. But I feel like the league has done all they can, eliminating back-to-backs as much as they can. And certainly there's an emphasis on recovery and rest at all costs.
Here's Powell. The Bulls making their last shot. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by the Bulls. MP's got rebound number 8 now.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well. And that's their first miss after hitting.
Adebayo powers down the alley-oop.
And the way Adebayo gets off the floor, it almost looks effortless.
Here's Okoro. Banked it in off the glass. Okoro's gotten 4 this quarter.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Giddy's checked in for Sexton. And Miami with a change here too. Larson's checked in. So it's Miami now. 11-point game. Hero outside. Adebayo, a screen on Jones. Back to Adebayo. MP with the block.
Yeah, a timely intervention by MP. He knew just when to attack the shot. Oh, what a pass. Those two read each other really well.
Looks like a play they've definitely run in practice. Hero outside. Down low. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head. To the line for two. And coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls.
The previous play is under review.
No doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look so the officials can be sure.
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
The Bulls making a switch here. Smith's checked in. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. Holland, he's checked in for Buzelis. Simons comes in for Okoro, and Sexton subbed in for Jones. Miami also changing it up. Ware's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Fontecchio comes in for Wiggins, and Mitchell subbed in for Hero. Got it.
Strong pass there to set up the basket.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. They've got MP, Colin Sexton out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Smith, and it's Simons in at the three. That's the five out there for the Bulls. Good on the shot.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
Bulls leading by 13. Giddey passes to MP. Puts up a deep three. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Ware. Inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. To the middle. Shoots. Here's Sexton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 13.
I love that hoop from Colin Sexton. Don't settle, young man.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. For Chicago, Buzelis is checked in for Smith. Okoro comes in for Simons. And it's Trey Jones in for Giddey. Miami also changing it up. Adebayo's checked in for Ware. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Fontecchio. And Tyler Hero subbed in for Larson. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Eric Spoelstra's huddle. He said to them, you guys look defeated out there. Wake up. This game is far from over, but I need you all to believe that. I need you to fight for one another right now.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Now Mitchell. Adebayo, a screen on Jones. Shot clock at 5. Bam! He gets it to go at the rim.
And scoring is not always his primary responsibility, but this has been Adebayo's night, and they will take it.
Beyond the arc. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Yeah, we talk about winning basketball all the time and what it looks like. Well, that defense right there, that's the opposite of that.
Here's Wiggins. Hero fires. No good from 3. Chicago leading by 16. Sexton. Oh, he dropped it straight in.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
And this is where you really want to be mindful. No turnovers, no sloppy play.
Yes, sir! The finish with the jam.
Now, he's been reliable tonight, but that's certainly not the case for his team in general.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Bulls.
Absolute fireworks display. High-scoring game. They were unstoppable, Grant.
Yeah, just relentless from start to finish. And the pace was furious. Ultimately, they wore out the other team.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for MP.
Really impressive what he did tonight. Total control of the offense, dropping dimes. They're going to look for him to lead the way again tonight.
For 3, rebounded by Powell. 41 seconds left in the 4th quarter. That misses.
Well, that's a tough rebound there to secure, but he put all of his size in there in order to secure it.
MT, the 3 ball is down.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Yeah, the atmosphere in this arena has been unbelievable. Great all-around effort by everyone to put this game away.
And so here is Chicago. MP looking around. From deep. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. And they picked up their 2nd win in the group stage of the NBA Cup.
Well, that moves them to 2-1 during group play. And by avoiding that...
Rebounds and blocks are usually property of the NBA's Goliaths. Steals and assists belong to the smaller, quicker dogs. Even the best players often excel at 1 or 2 things. Meanwhile, MP's out here posting triple-doubles in wins. Talk about it, MP.
Honestly, all different kind of players put up triple doubles in today's NBA, so that's not the crazy thing to me. But I didn't do this by myself. You want to credit me for what I did, you got to credit my teammates for the effort they put in. A lot went into this one, and a triple double was just a part of the story. Maybe the most fun part, but don't get me wrong, it wasn't everything.
Thanks for your time, MP.
Alrighty.
Back to you, Brian.
Okay.